To Hong Kong now, where the scene has been relatively quiet following a night of violent protests. Still, thousands of people have been taking to the streets today to denounce that newly introduced law that bans face masks at demonstrations. This was the scene earlier at a protest march in the city. Clearly, demonstrators not abiding by the new law. Protests have kicked into high gear since the government imposed emergency powers to ban masks at demonstrations. In fact, things got so bad last night, the city closed its transit system, which remains closed today. Now, despite today's relative calm, things are expected to get much more chaotic, with a much larger protest set for tomorrow. Grace Lee is in Hong Kong with the latest.
Most of the stores in Hong Kong today are shuttered, and grocery stores shut down just an hour before at around 5 p.m. local time. People were swarming these grocery stores, hoping to get some supplies ahead of the big day tomorrow. And I spoke to a couple of residents who say they don't know what to expect, but they don't want to be unprepared. Now, we saw some shocking images last night of protesters rallying throughout the city, and of course, many of them wearing face masks in defiance of the new ban that came into effect midnight tonight. And we saw, of course, protesters still wearing those masks today. Many of them online have said that for the big rally tomorrow, they will definitely still be wearing those masks. And that could mean that the protesters that are caught wearing these masks will face up to a year of jail time or about $4,000 in fines. But they say that's a small price to pay for this fight for democracy. And of course, the biggest kind of jail time that they can see is if they're charged with rioting, which will see them facing 10 years jail time. So they say, you know what, we've already been prepared for that. This 1 year jail sentence doesn't make a difference.